This is a tutorial on how to make an attractive female shepherd or Femshep in Mass Effect 1, the Legendary Edition. If you don't want to follow along with this super long video where I'm talking and I have a cold, you can find my face code on my website, girlplaysgame.com, and input that directly into your game. And if you do want to follow along, you can learn some basics of character creation and listen to my beautiful cold-induced voice. Okay, enjoy! Okay, I'm going to attempt to make an attractive shepherd that's not the default shepherd. Ugh, I forgot how bad the presets are. Yikes, 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 yikes. Interesting. So, we will start with, I think this one has potential. First thing I like to do is remove the clown makeup. So turn all these to the left. Much better. I'm going to go back to facial structure. And I like this face shape. It's not too big. I think the skin tone a little bit darker to match mine. Let's see. Too dark for me. This is closest to me, so I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah. And then complexion. There's only 3 options. I don't love this middle one because of those cheek lines make her look really old. So either this last one or the first one. The first one is a little bit too flawless, so the last one has some freckles. Go with that one. For the head, she doesn't need to have the thickest neck in the Alliance army, so I'm going to turn that down a little. Face size, should make it a little bigger. Let's see, cheek width. This is like what can make you look like crazy if you turn it up all the way, so let's see, make it a little bit just in the middle. I like to view it from the side angle because that's where you can really see the difference. Okay, so the cheekbones can also look really crazy if you don't check them out from the side. So that looks pretty good. Cheek gaunt. This is like what I call scary versus chipmunk. Although the lowest setting isn't that bad. I'm just going to make it a little bit gaunt. And then I don't really care about the ears. Does anybody ever care about the ears? Okay, I'm going to the eyes next. I like this eye shape, but I like her to be a little squintier. There we go. I think squinty eyes are pretty badass. And then I think that she has like a really small forehead by default, so I like to push the eyes down and then push the brows down. So there's a little bit more forehead space. The eye width looks good. You don't want them to be too close together or too far apart. Eye depth, you want to look from the side to see how deep those suckers are. I think they're a little bit too deep, so I'm going to push them out, but you don't want to push them out all the way because they'll become kind of buggy. Brow depth, you also have to look from the side. Just dial it down a little bit. And then brow height, I like to push all the way down because like I said, I think she has a small forehead and it helps. You can pick obviously whatever iris color you like. I like the crazy gray one at the end. And for jaw, I also think her chin is a little bit short, so I like to make it a little bit longer so I can push, see, yeah, push the chin depth. I'm going to look at that from the side. I think all the way in looks good on this profile. And then chin width. I like her to have a pointier chin, but if you go too extreme on that, there's something really weird about like the way that it displays and it makes it really blocky. So just keep the chin just a little bit like this. And for the jaw width, I like her to have a little bit of a pronounced jaw, like Sigourney Weaver in Alien. And then mouth. I like this mouth shape. Generally, it's not too pouty, not too crazy. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to make the lips a little bit thicker. There, that's nice. And for the mouth depth, you want to make sure it's not too out like a duck, because that can look crazy. and not too far back, but it looks like you can't really put it too far back in here. And mouth width, I think the lowest setting is the best for almost all the mouth shapes. When you get like kind of wide, it looks just kind of ducky. And then the mouth height, I'm gonna make it a little bit, let's see, lower, no, higher, a little bit higher. There we go. You don't want it too close to the nose. I like to have like 2/3 of the space below the bottom lip and then 1/3 of the space between the lip and the nose for balance. Yeah, like that. And then the nose, there's lots of different nose shapes. I actually happen to like this one, so I'm going to keep this one. Nose height, again, this is where you can go like really wrong if you make it too low or too high. Yeah, too high is a little crazy. So I'm going to keep it, I like it kind of low though. I like her to have a like long nose. Then nose depth, you want to look at from the side. Don't make it too far out or not far enough. Okay, for hair, I am actually pretty sad to say that they did not update the hair very much from the original game. It still looks super stiff, I guess is the word for it. I don't know. Definitely not like my mods, which I hear there's some efforts to port them over to the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect. I'm personally not involved, but I gave them my permission to do it, so hopefully you'll see mods for it soon. Let's see, I actually quite like this shaved head look. Not for everyone. Otherwise, I like probably this hair for her. I think it goes the best with her face shape. But I'm going to stick with, let's see, which hair color. In game, I feel like the hair colors look slightly darker, so I like to go with a slightly lighter shade than I normally would. And then for the brow, I actually quite like this one. I think the problem with a lot of the brows is like they're, for some reason, asymmetrical. I don't know why. That was like obviously a choice that somebody made, and I'm not quite sure why. So I'm just going to go with this last one. For brow color, again, I think the hairs tend to appear a little bit darker in game, so I'm going to make the eyebrows a little lighter. Not that light. There, that looks good. And then for makeup, okay, so there's lots of different makeup options you can choose. I personally don't love a lot of makeup on my Shepard, but you have your Sheppy and you do what you want. I think they all look pretty good on her. I don't like this like pronounced line in the inner corner of the eye. I think it looks a little bit wonky. Not very natural. I mean, not very true to life, I guess. So I'm going to go with one that doesn't have as much of that inner eye shadow. Maybe like this one. This one's pretty chill. Okay. And then for the scar, again, there's lots of good options. Pick whatever you want for your badass Sheppy. I actually quite like this one. Very subtle. And that's it. That is my attractive Shepard that's not default Shepard. I know it looks kind of, I think it's the hair color. I think if you change the hair color, it'll look even less like default Shepard. There you go. Beautiful. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for sitting with me. And if you want to look at how to make an attractive male Shepard, well, an attempt was made. You can look at my channel for that video too. Thanks for watching.